Most people really don't understand the crypto market. And there's a lot of hype on social media, especially when it comes to Bitcoin. With Bitcoin churning around the mid $65,000 range, in order to double your money, Bitcoin would have to go to $130,000. It's possible, but why invest in such an expensive crypto when you can invest in XRP, XLM, ecstasy, or HBAR for pennies in comparison to the cost of Bitcoin and expect a 10 times, 50 times, or even 100 times your money in gains over the next couple of years? It just doesn't make sense. XRP is positioned to climb to much higher values within the next few years. The only thing holding it back at this time is this SEC lawsuit, and that is expected to settle this month of May and be discharged no later than the end of July. Listen to the following explanation as to why XRP will exceed $10,000 in value within the next 3 to 5 years, if not sooner.
What's the utility for Bitcoin? It really doesn't solve any real world problem. It's only based on speculation. So when you have an asset like Bitcoin that is sitting at $62,000, assets like XRP, XLM, XDC, HBAR, all of these assets going to play a very important role on the new financial system. So do you really believe that we're going to continuously see XRP sitting at 50 cents? I really disagree with anyone that will tell me that in the next 5 years, we're not going to see price action for XRP.
In this case, similarly, I would say central banks have all come together alongside the Bank of International Settlements, the International Monetary Fund, the World Bank, and of course, many others, payment providers and other institutions. Now, when I say they set the price of XRP, this fact has obviously not been revealed. This is what I was trying to say, and I don't think, again, I articulated it clearly, but I think people are beginning to understand why the price would have to be set really high for it to function. And then, of course, there's the technological aspect to the XRP. XRP's technology is very unique. It's not like any other crypto out there, and many can confirm this, as it becomes more universally accepted, adopted worldwide, which is already happening. For it to function as a settlement mechanism for big money, remember, centralized institutions, not necessarily retail, for it to work properly, the price will have to be set very high. And as XRP, again, becomes universally accepted and adopted, the high price of XRP will naturally, understanding its technology, improve its liquidity because of its technology and the burn rate, which will drive the price even higher. When I say, again, set the price, I want people to look at this like a company going public, right? They agree to the terms and conditions. They would put the price out for the public to then trade and speculate on it. And naturally, it starts moving higher because of this technological aspect. And I did watch Linda P. Jones talk about the XRP price possibly being set at $10,000. And I just want to clarify, this is in a sense what I was alluding to. And as far as a high price of XRP, if you understand the technology and then, of course, look at all the debt that's associated with the traditional monetary system, and again, hence the central banks adopting the technology, there's that incentive to dissolve the global debt as well. But when you understand the technology and what XRP is designed to do and serve as a settlement mechanism, then yes, it makes sense for a very high price. But of course, the average Joe and Jane, they don't understand really not just the technology. And that's why there's always these questions like, well, where did the figure of a 10,000, for instance, come from? Well, it's associated with what's going on in the debt market. And that's the correlation. And most people don't really understand how the traditional monetary system works. Hence all the new monetary policies that are being set under the radar, which, Vindel and I, we try so hard, including you, Edo, to bring this into light. But you got to understand the situation is a very multifaceted, multidimensional chess game that, in my opinion, the average Joe and Jane can't even begin to comprehend. But this is, again, why people just need to prepare and take action now. There will be a point, and I keep alluding to this, that the debt market will fail, the global debt market. And when that happens, in my opinion, the masses, majority of them, will get wiped out.